about what language it should show. The most common cue is actually the URL. So if you have site.com, then you can have a URL strategy that indicates the language you're supposed to have. So you might have site.com/NL for Dutch or site.com/DE for German, or you can also have a subdomain such as de.site.com or fr.site.com. So that's one way. Another way that's very common is to use the browser's language settings. So every time you visit a website, your browser sends some information about what language you like to surf the web in and what your preferred languages are. And the Drupal sites can be configured to respond to that so that they give you the languages that you prefer in the order that you prefer them if they're available on the site. And you can actually combine and prioritize these different ways of giving deciding the language, so that you could say, for example, first use the URL, because if you're using a specific URL, it probably means you want to see that language. And second, if there's no URL queue, use the browser settings. That said, there's also the possibility to use add-on modules such as GeoIP lookup modules to use a database of IP addresses, which the browser also transmits, and use that as a lookup to a location, and then set the language based on that. Now, personally, I find those to be very frustrating because I do a lot of my web browsing from Germany, and whenever I go to a site that assumes that I want to read in German just because I'm in Germany, I get mad at that site. Likewise, like right now, I'm broadcasting from Paris, France, and I don't read French at all. And if a site assumes that I want to see a French version of the site,